it's quite interesting. It's not a challenge, but it's quite interesting to try and do anyway. So here you've got your this was a finalised one that came along, so I tried to reproduce it. And first of all, with the quick shape, I created a hexagon. Right, select this hexagon, move down up. I have to resize it a bit, etc., to get it to fit into yours. And another way you could do that, you could control clone that, and then use that tool to increase it. Sorry, I should use holding down Shift. Use that tool to get those two. However, I did find that this created an error I didn't like, so I'll delete that. And I'll just Control X that for a minute. And what I didn't like about the one that's here is that it's got that type of gap between the two. That's fine, but when you get up to here, this gap is very big. Similarly, down here. So I've tried to find another way of doing that. So Control Shift V, that's that one back again. Just going to size that, holding down Shift, size that out a bit. Move it across roughly. And a bit more again, I think. That's about right. What I did then was give that a line of about, is it 32? No, it needs more than that. 64, probably too much. Make it 50. Yeah, that's about right. I'll Control clone that. And I'll colour it in green, and I'll give that one a value of 22 for the time being. That's not too bad. And I'll go down to 18. Right, so I've got those two shapes. By the way, I've got a copy of that hexagon on this parking layer, so it was handy to keep a copy of your hexagon you're using size on. So you've got that red quick shape at 50. You've got this green one at 18 pixels. So I'm going to select the two. Select two quick shapes. Arrange, combine shapes, subtract shapes. Range. Awesome. Let's do that again. You've got two quick shapes. Arrange, convert line to shape. Then you go like that. Arrange, combine shapes, subtract shapes. And you end up with these two shapes similar to what you want. The next thing to do is just to make a square. Oops. Hold down, make a square like that, and click one of those shapes, two objects, arrange, alignment in the middle. Let me click that shape so you can see that is blue. I want to make that again holding down the Shift key, lengthen that. Then I'm going to move it again with the Shift key up like that. I'm going to Control copy that to the clipboard just for the time being. Yeah, one thing I forgot before I did that, I'll just hold down Shift and put that back towards the middle. Because I'm going to go arrange, combine shapes, break shapes. And you get some strange things. If I select this one and I colour it orange and control front, see that there, click that red one and the orange one, control 2, which is combine shapes, subtract shapes, go down to wire view, frame again, click that one, control front, make it yellow, select that one, combine shapes, arrange combine shapes, subtract shapes, or control +2 gives you those shapes. Now, if I don't know, I have my little cycle, let's have a look. Let's go over here with the circle, holding down the shift key, holding down the control key. Yellow. Now that is a smooth run around the top, and so it's the same shape all round. So that's the way I prefer to do that. It's a bit more fiddly, but I think you get a better shape in the end. Okay, so you've got this one shape, and I'll make that orange for the time being. Getting back early onto this shape we made, rectangle, hold down the shift key, go like that, control copy just to copy it to the clipboard, select the orange, arrange, combine shapes, subtract shapes, control shift V, and I want that to be a bit lower. Control Control 2 gives you those shapes. What you haven't then got are the rounded rectangles, but let's just get those two shapes, arrange, break shapes. Where's break shapes? Oh, there it is, break shapes. Now what I'm going to do is go over here and selecting the red part, I'm going to go to the shape tool and I'm going to add a point here. I'll tell you what, we'll zoom in a bit more. So the red one's selected, I'm going to add a point there. I'm just going to put it down like that, then select those 3 points, make that a curve. Similarly, I can do the same with this one. I can add a shape, move it down, select those points, create a curve. Right, zoom to the previous zoom, zoom to 100. So you've got that nice clean shape there now. You can either do the same on the other side. What I tend to do, just to make the symmetry correct, is give a line like that, arrange, alignment, apply centrally like that, and control, clone that as well. Hit that one, and go arrange, combine shapes, slice shapes. I'm going to make that one green. Now I'm going to control K to clone that. I'm going to hit the offset, the center or whatever you call it, and click that. Similarly, I can do that. I'll make that. No. Oh, I haven't split this one yet. So Control 4, That splits that in two. Delete. Control K to clone it. Set the origin there and do that. Right, now what we can do is select that and select that, two red shapes, and go Control 1, which is add shapes. Similarly, that one and that one, two shapes, orange, Control 1, that add shapes, 0. So you've now got those two shapes. You zoom, whoops, zoom out a bit. Right, 1, 2, I'm going to Control clone those, and I'm going to put the origin point down there, and click it that way, then I'm just going to move it down to match that. Control X just for the time being. I don't want those anymore, I can delete them. Control Shift V to position those two where they belong. So you've now got those outer shapes. The next thing we come on to is the text, and I think it's a made up text, so I'm almost sure. So if I go back here, I'm going to go Control K to clone that from the parking. Go back into my drawing, Control Shift V. That didn't work, sorry. Edit, undo, paste. I picked the wrong thing, I think. Edit, copy. Right. Back on my drawing, Control V. And I've got this shape here now. And just to make sure, I just click that one and Control G to group it. I can also click the orange and the orange. So two shapes and Control G to group it. Right, now I can bring this one in here, and I'm going to hold down a Shift, and with the line width not scaling, I'm going to bring that down like that. Then I'm going to select that group, select that, arrange, alignment, center, apply, close. Now you can see that that Q is also made up of the original hexagon. So quite happy with that. I'm going to zoom into this a bit closer. And the first thing I want to do, as I've already centered it, is to get some line width, and the line width at present is 6, so I'm going to give it 16. Yeah, 32. 32 is quite good. Maybe go a bit further. 34. Okay. I'm going to make it 36. So I'm going to remember 36 is going to be the final thing we're working with. And we've got that shape now. I'm going to edit, copy that. I'm just going to go back up into this parking layer. Control Shift V. So I've got a copy of that if I want it in the future. Right, back in the drawing layer here. This is now that Q. The thing to notice on this Q is it has rounded edges on the outside, but not rounded edges on the inside. So first thing I want to do is draw a line. Always draw the line deliberately off center, then I can see arrange, alignment, apply, close like that. I'm going to Control cone that and rotate that 90 degrees. Holding down the Shift key again, I'm going to extend those over like that. Right, now I'm going to click that one and click that one and Control 4. No, hang on, you haven't turned it into a shape yet. Arrange, convert line to shape. Now I can go Control and that one and Control 4, which gives me two halves of that. I'm going to delete this one. Hold that one. Control 4. I'm going to delete this one. Right, so I'm just left with this one up here. And the first thing I want to do is select that. And I want to give it a rounded corner around here. So I want to click on a little dot there, click an extra node there, click an extra node there, delete that node, then make that rounded. I'm then going to go Control clone that, set the origin point to the right hand side, flip horizontally, got those two, arrange, combine shapes, add shapes. Then I'm going to go and click a point here, click a point there, delete that point. Hang on, we've got a problem. Right, very slightly. They're not quite matching up, so I'm just going to hold down the Alt key and click. Select the right answer. Oh, it's still not. So I've got to go back a bit further. Arrange. Right, so I've got two shapes here. If I zoom to there like that, if I select the right hand side line and just click just a touch with the Alt key and the arrow keys, Control 1, that now makes a shape without that line. Right, so we're back here and I want excuse me, I want to make this a rounded corner. I just select those two, delete that point, delete, make that rounded 100%. Right, so we've got that shape. Control clone, and I'm just going to move that over here for a minute. Control K to clone that again. Set the origin point to the bottom, flip vertically, and I don't know if they'll join up. Control 1, give it a line. Yeah, it joined up that time, there's no problem. So you've now got that Q shape, which is based on the hexagon. Similarly, this S shape is also based on that hexagon. So move that along like that a bit. The issue with this one is grab those points and I'm just going to pull them all along, but keep that line coming down there. So I've got pretty much the same thing. I'm going to just give that transparency for a minute. The shape that I need now, I need to cut that. I just want to move this around because it's pretty well cut on the same, on that line. So if I select this one again, remove the transparency, click that, Control 4, I can delete that, delete. I've now got that part of the S, so I now want to make this part the S. And if you remember, we had, if we draw a line like this, let me make that yellow, and we're going to make it 36 was the one we're moving on, so I'll just type 36 so everything's the same. And I don't want that line to have a round corner, so I go to butt cap, and then just move that down to about there. That's a shape, that's a line, so I'm going to go arrange, convert line, arrange, combine shapes, no, convert line to shape, that's what, come on Eric, wake up. So now we've got that shape and that shape. I think I'll move this one in a bit further, and I can move these points down a bit further. And then if I go click the two of those and go Control 1, you get one shape. If I zoom back in there again, I think these probably need to be moved down a bit. Whoops, moved down a bit. Nope. Trying to make it 30. That right? I can delete that. Delete that node. Delete, and hit Make Curve. Go back up here. Now we've got the curve there. Similarly, on here, with it selected, you could make a node there, make an extra node there. You can go around and make it far more accurate, but for this I don't think it's that important. Go like that. So let's see what we've got there. Now we've got that shape. I can go Control K and I'll make that green. Flip it horizontally, vertically, move it down there like that. I can zoom in there, go to wireframe. That looks pretty good. So just go back. Control 1. That makes them one shape. So you've now got that S. I like that S more than this S they've got here, because it's got that sharp edge, and I don't think that works. I don't know why they've used that. One of the other things, if I go backwards, no, I'm just going to delete that a minute. One of the things I like to check as well on here is using the similar thing we did before. If you hold down the Control key and you get yourself a little circle, you can check as you go around. But they're not too different. They're slightly different, but they're not too different. I think I might be a bit unhappy about this one. But I'm not going to go through changing that for now. You can see how it's done. So again, Control Cone, flip horizontally, flip vertically, move it down to there, zoom in. Yes, I'm happy with that. Zoom out. Control 1, and I'll give that a red colour. And I can Control clone that, because yes, exactly the same. Move that over here. What I didn't do, and I should have done before I cloned them all, is just to round that corner off. I'll quickly do that. I've got that. Click there. Click there. delete that, make that a rounded corner, previous zoom, do similar on this one, click there, delete that, rounded corner, zoom to screen. Alright, delete this one because it hasn't got those rounded corners. Control K to clone that and move that up here like that. Right, so virtually got everything finished now. All we got to do is the Q bit there. So let's draw a line. I'm going to draw a line from here, holding down Control Q. I don't know if no good holding down Control because I don't think that actually, that doesn't look to me like it's at 45 degrees. It's greater angle than that. So let's make that 36. I think I can move this one in just a smidgen. Hang on. Somehow it's snapping to something. Just like that, I think. Arrange, convert line to shape, Control Clone, and this time I'll use the contour tool and I'll come out like that a bit, inset that path, so I've now got that shape there, and I've got to Control Shift back just so you can see that there's that red, there's black shape that will be remaining. You've got this shape here. I'm going to select that and go Control 2. I think I selected the wrong one, Eric. Look, right. You got the green one selected. Yeah, the green shape and red. Control 2. And that gets rid of that. I can make that red. Arrange, convert line to shape, and the only thing I've got left to do on that is just to round these corners off here. So if I select that, I can add these points here, and another one there because I don't want to messing up that curve. That one, delete, 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 curve, 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 100%. Let's go 50%. And hide the back drawing now, and that's the shape that you've got. You can get this one and that one and Control G, group them. You could select that and Control 1 to add the shapes. So if I then go select across there, I can go arrange, alignment, just to make sure they're aligned properly, and aligned, distribute equally spaced. I don't know if that's right, Eric. No, that's not what I want to do. No change. I've got two shapes. Distribute equally spaced, apply. Whoops. That's not what you wanted at all. That's one. Which is that. Undo it. That. Just want to do that. Apply. There. That's right. So that's now grouped nicely. And hold that. And I can Control group that. Let's make that red. that red. I don't need that anymore. Delete. Back at the end, all like that. So I've got 4 objects. So that is an object. That is an object. Let's move them. Yeah, that's correct. Don't know what that green one's doing. I'm going to Control G that. I'm just going to go with the Alt key and drill down till I see that green shape and delete it. Right. Now I want to see 2 shapes, 2 groups, that's right, and just go Arrange, Alignment for the final alignment in the middle, Apply, Close. And that's the way I'd go about that. I know it's a bit long-winded, but it's an interesting thing to do, try and replicate. All the best, cheers, this is Egg, goodbye.